Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. When you hear mathematics, what comes in your mind? Yes, numbers, especially counting numbers. The numbers we use to count objects. And it has got another name, natural numbers. Okay, so today we are going to deal with the numbers by learning more about number family. So, let us start learning number system. Number system. In number system, first we learned counting numbers or natural numbers. So, it got the symbol n. And this natural number set consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. and it goes to infinity. It is not stopping. Why? We can add numbers to it. When you add 1 to any number, you will get next number. Then how can we stop anywhere? So it goes to infinity. Numbers, when you add, you get another numbers. But when you subtract, there came the issue. So, there is another number came into the family. That is 0. And the family name changes as whole numbers. So, whole numbers are the numbers 0 and natural numbers. What is that? Set 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and goes like to infinity as natural numbers. Then when we started subtraction of greater number from a smaller number, it didn't reach at 0. So we had to think about some numbers beyond 0. Then came the concept of number line. On a number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. We can place all the numbers from 0 to the infinity on a number line as it can be extended so far. Then, when you come across the subtraction of smaller number from the bigger number or saying something which is in opposite direction, we have to go to beyond 0. And then comes 0 is like a mirror. And if there is a mirror is keeping over here, what will happen? All the numbers reflected on the other side. So 0, then there will be 1 at equal distance, 2 at equal distance from here. Then to recognize the opposite number, we started calling as negative numbers. Towards right side of 0, there are positive numbers. Towards left side, negative numbers. It also goes to the infinity. And we call it as negative integers. And positive numbers is called positive integers. On either side of 0, positive integers and negative integers are placed on a number line. So, in family of integers, we have 0, positive numbers to the right of 0 and negative numbers to the left of 0. Together we call integers. Now, let us see what will happen if you stretch this number line again and again. Between 0 and 1, you can find a lot of points where we have to mark them or represent them with some reference. So, what will you use there? Yes, part of a whole. You have learned fractions. So 1 by 2. If you take 0 and 1, you can divide it into many portions. If you want to divide to 10 or 100 or 1000, you will start calling as 1 by 10, 2 by 10, like that, and when you reach 1, you will call it as 10 by 10. So it goes like that. What we have learned about this kind of representation? Yes, fractions. So fractions also comes in the integer number line. When fractions comes over there, what will happen? Can you call 0 as a fraction? Can you represent 0 as a fraction? Of course, we can write 0 as 0 by 1 or 0 by 10. Nothing will happen. When you divide 0 by any numbers, what will happen? Nothing happen, you will get 0. Okay, so 0 is also can be written as a fraction. What about 1? Yes, you can write 1 as 10 by 10 or 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. Yes, you are getting any integer. If you take, you can represent it as a fraction. Fraction, for fraction, what is there? A numerator by a denominator. Okay, or let us say all these numbers in the integer system we can represent as a fraction or as a ratio. 1 by 3. Where will be 1 by 3? When you divide 0 to 1 into 3 portions, first portion we will call 1 by 3, second portion we will call 2 by 3, third portion we will call 3 by 3. So, any integer can be represented as a fraction or as a form numerator by denominator. So, we are going to learn the new family name, that is rational numbers. Thus, when we research on number line, you can find many numbers that can you inserted in between any two numbers. Okay, if you expand more, you will get more fractions in between. And these fractions also can be written as decimals, that you have already learned. If I am dividing it to 10 portions, you will call as 1 by 10. The same 1 by 10, you can call it as 0.1, is it? So, decimal or fraction is also there in the number line. Then, when along with integers, when fractions and decimals comes, we call it as rational numbers. We call it as rational numbers. This rational numbers got a definition, and it is P by Q form. Any numbers which can be written in the form P by Q, that is a numerator by a denominator. This kind of numbers are all in rational numbers family. So, let us bring it as a definition. A rational number is any number that can be written in the form P by Q, and there is one condition: Q cannot be 0. Think what will happen when Q is 0? P and Q are any integers. Any integers you can write in the form P by Q, and if Q not equal to 0, then only we will call rational numbers. What happened when Q equal to 0? Tell me what happened when you divided by 2 divided by 0? Yes, division by 0 is not possible. A small example for you. If you are telling, most of you used to say 2 by 0 can be 0. Then in the conventional method, you must get the product of 0 and 0 too. Will it be? No. And if anybody is saying it is 2, now is the product is 2? No, it again 0. So 0 cannot be in the denominator. Okay, so rational numbers are the numbers which can be written in the form p by q, where q cannot be 0. P and q are any integers. So tell me, is 1 by 2 a rational number? Yes, it is of the form p by q, where q is not 0. What about negative 3? Is it a rational number? Can we write negative 3 as a numerator by a denominator? Think, how can we write? We need to get two integers by which we can represent negative 3 as a numerator by denominator. Yes, we can write negative 3 as negative 3 by 1. Nothing will happen. We can write negative 3 as negative 6 by 2. Nothing will happen. We can represent negative 3 as 9 by negative 3. Yes, we can represent any integers on the number line or any whole numbers on the number line, any negative integers on the number line as p by q form. So, we call all these as rational numbers, and usually rational numbers are represented by the letter q, which represent quotient or the ratio. So, we used to represent it by the letter q.